Welcome back to the 12 Days of Star Signs. I'm Ilona Pamplona, the postmodern oracle. And today we're digging right into the sign of Libra, which is a little favorite of mine since it is my sun sign. And this mythology is a continuation of the Virgo mythology because as we learned with Virgo, Virgo was Estrella. Estrella is the goddess, the virgin goddess of hope. When she finally left Earth during the beginning of the Iron Age and the end, and she had come in during the Golden Age, she was placed into the sky as a constellation, but with the scales of justice. You can think that in some ways the scales held her back from coming in and being like, I can't do this mess y'all are doing down here on Earth. And her mother was Themis, the goddess of divine justice. So there's a lot of sense of justice that then comes into the narrative of Estrella with the sign of Libra. The scales help Estrella hold her place in the sky until she's ready to return to the new golden age. So when we're looking at the glyph or the symbology of symbolism of Libra, we see this glyph that looks like a scale. It really does. In some pictures, you'll find an actual human form holding the scales. And so simply, Libra is very much the archetype of balance and justice. So then when we dig deeper and we look at the element and the quality, air is intellectual, it's chatty, it's friendly, right? There's like a support system there and cardinal creations and beginnings like we've seen with Cancer and Aries. So when we go and actually start looking at the interpretation of Libra, first of all, we see harmony, right? Because the scales allow Estrella to initiate cosmic order by leaving when she needed to, knowing that the scales are going to tell her when things are balanced enough for her to return. There's a fairness that occurs with Libra, right? Because even though she can see both sides, Libra is known to be friendly, but the scales will tell her when something's tipped too much to one side, and she can then strike and return to equilibrium where needed. Yes, she can see both sides of the coin, but yes, she also knows when something is not fair. And she's collaborative. The scales provide Estrella support to not leave before it's her time. So she initiates support. So there's a lot of collaboration and supportive energy in the sign of Libra. So when we look at how it impacts our charts, we do the loop around until we find the glyph. We've discussed that the glyph is these scales of justice. And I happen to have Libra as the house ruler for the 10th house. I have my sun, Pluto, and Venus there. So I do identify a lot with Libra. And my reputation, that 10th house reputation, really influences how my collaboration plays out. And my reputation is dependent on my collaborations and how I work together with people. If you have an empty house where Libra is placed, don't worry. That just gives you insights that that's not a focus, but at the same time, it could tell you how that house relates. So if you had an empty second house, for example, a lot of your values and financial security are predicated on creating harmony and balance rather than like extreme action. Now, if you're curious and saying, Alona, I don't remember all the houses, I don't remember all the planets, feel free to email me, alona@alonapamplona.com, and I can send you the Astro Decoder formula so you can begin to dig into all the juicy layers beyond the signs. We'll see you tomorrow with Scorpio.